days in the market have been interesting, to say the least. There have been some major lessons to be learned after watching the market plummet from the end of February to the end of March, and then seeing the rally back to almost all-time highs on the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ right now is only about 8% off of all-time highs, and that's after tumbling over 30% between February 24th and the end of March. So some of the big lessons, actually 3 big lessons that I want to talk to you about that the market has given us over the last 30 days. The first is listen to the market, not the headlines. The market has had, if you're looking at the headlines, the market has had every single reason to fall. Global pandemic, the highest unemployment since the Great Depression. And meanwhile, the market just keeps on climbing up and up and up and up. And so it can defy all logic if you're reading the headlines and saying like, man, this market is going to fall and I'm going to just sell everything, or I'm going to short. Well, if we're paying attention to what the market was actually doing and how it started to rally and how the trend shifted back into uptrends, right? So if we're looking across time frames, and this is what we do during our weekend trading prep webinars that we do every Saturday. We're looking at monthly charts, weekly charts, and daily charts on the S&P 500, NASDAQ, NYSE, Russell 2000, and the Dow. And the reason why is because I like to think of those as looking at the region, right? Like, so if we're looking at, say, the US, and we're looking at each of the different trends, uptrend, downtrend, sideways trend as seasons, you'll be able to see each of them changing in different locales at different times, but also at different rates too. So when you're looking at, say, the Dow on a monthly chart, that's what I would say is looking at like the bigger global picture of the forest, right? And when you're looking at, say, a daily time frame, that would be looking like at the individual leaves. So let's say you're walking through the forest, the Dow Jones forest, and you pick up a leaf, and you're like, uh-oh, there's a brown leaf on the floor. Winter must be coming. You wouldn't do that if this was a real forest. You would look around, you would see that, oh, well, that's just one leaf off the tree and go about your business. But in the market, most people will take a look at that and say, oh my God, winter is here, time to sell everything. So we want to keep the bigger picture in view, and that's how you let the market speak to you. You don't want to just listen to headlines. There's a bit more to it than that. Show up to one of the weekend webinars for the whole part of how we go through this market. It's really fascinating, and it allows you to see the market in an unbiased way, which is the most important thing. Second big lesson that the past 30 days has given us has been to adapt your trade style to your lifestyle. Now, what the heck does that mean? Well, most of us are working from home right now. I'm working from home. Most of you guys watching this are working from home, and I don't know about you, but working from home as a trader is pretty normal for the most part, but what changes is when you also have your entire family working from home, including small children. So when you are day trading, well, when I'm day trading, I like to be laser focused, and so that way I can see what's happening across time frames, not just on major indexes, but also on the stock that I am day trading. And so with that level of focus, if I get a knock on the door and all of a sudden somebody's climbing on my shoulders, it kind of makes for an interesting way to day trade. So I needed to adapt how often I'm going to day trade, the times that I'm going to day trade, come up with a schedule for when I'm day trading for the household, so that way that time goes uninterrupted, and also figure out how am I going to swing trade and start to lean a little bit more on my swing trading, so that way one, we could pay for to keep the lights on, and also to be able to create more content like this because, well, world needs it. So thinking through how your trade style is going to adapt to this new lifestyle that we're all kind of forced to be doing right now. And the third thing that lesson the market has given us from the past 30 days is that mindset is the game. Now, I've been preaching this for a long time. It's more than just the past 30 days, but more so now than ever. How we think and how we are approaching the market, the level of energy that we're bringing, absolutely crucial to your overall success in the game. If you are coming into whether day trading, swing trading, long-term, whatever your plan is, and you're coming to it from a place of where you're feeling lethargic, closed in, you're stressed, it's not a great recipe for success in trading. The reason why is because you're making big decisions that can either make you a fortune or cost you a fortune. And if you're doing that from a place of where you're lethargic, where you're feeling negative, you're not going to stay on the A game. And this is something else that we talk about a lot too, this whole A game. Well, what does the A game even mean? Your trading A game is, number one, you're going to be sticking to your plan, right? But well, what does that mean? Well, if you're sticking to your plan, that implies that you've gone through all of the back testing, you've studied up, you've modeled success, you are confident that this thing works. If you're not on the A game, if you're feeling lethargic, maybe you kick that part to the side, right? Well, I'm too tired to do back testing. Well, what does your A game look like? You need to refocus on the A game. So let's say now you've got your plan, right? And you want to stick to the A game. Part of sticking to the A game is going to be to refocus on the A game from that positive mindset, from that high level of energy. One of the things that I love to do in the morning, and I'll do this multiple times throughout the day, in fact, I'll have my watch go off every hour to remind me to get up, move around, raise energy. But what I do to kick off the trading day is I'll put on some music. One of my favorite songs is that new song from Pitbull, the I Believe song, right? So I'll have that on. Then I'll do a quick 2-minute release meditation where I'm releasing thoughts, I'm releasing tension from my body, and I am just, whatever pops into the head, let it go. Then after that 2 minutes is up, then the alarm goes off. Next, I am refocusing on what is the A game, and the A game is going to be sticking to that plan, going through and seeing, what are my trading plans now? What positions am I in? How am I going to follow through on those plans and having the belief in those plans? Then it's going to be trading with the overall trend of the market, especially for day trading. Right? I don't want to get in a position where I'm picking up a leaf and saying, let me go chase after this, when I should be keeping the entire picture in perspective while trying to execute day trades. So once I'm focused on the A game, now I'm remembering what the A game is, reinforcing that from a positive place. Then I need to remember, who needs us on our A game, right? Who needs me on my A game? Who needs you on your A game? For me, it's my 5-year-old daughter. She needs me on my A game. My wife needs me on my A game. Why do they need me on my A game? Well, I'm not trading on my A game, then where the house is gone and we're calling up you guys and trying to move in with you. But in all seriousness, that's basically, that's the motivation to stay on the A game and reinforcing that A game continuously. And that's what allows some traders to crush it in the market, and other traders, most traders that aren't focusing on these 3 lessons, to kind of spin their wheels and not make it. I don't want you to be one of those traders that spins their wheels and doesn't make it. I want you to be one of the traders in that top 10% that actually do trade consistently and hopefully get into that 1% that's the Olympian trader where you could do this full time if that's what you want to do, and to be incredibly successful where you are financially free and your time is your own. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that way you get all of these updates. Any questions at all, drop them down below, and I'll see you next time.